The year is 1982. Meet Amy Rowley, a first grader at Furnace Woods School. Amy is deaf, and she successfully completed kindergarten with the help of a hearing aid.
Great job, Amy.
Amy is about to enter into first grade, and an IEP has been made for her. The IEP says that she's going to continue to use the hearing aid and have a tutor for the deaf and speech therapist. However, there is something else that Amy needs.
This IEP looks great, but we think Amy needs a sign language interpreter to reach her full academic potential.
Amy is just fine reading lips. She had a sign language interpreter for 2 weeks last year, and the interpreter determined that she didn't need the services. So Amy does not need an interpreter to be successful in school.
Amy's parents also brought this to an independent examiner who agreed and said that she had been performing well without one.
We're going to bring this case to the court district because this denies Amy the right to free and appropriate public education.
We found that Amy is doing very well in comparison to her peers. However, because of her disability, she's not understanding as much as she could be. This means that without an interpreter, Amy is not receiving FAPE. FAPE is defined as providing a free and appropriate public education. Kids in the U.S. are guaranteed this under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Therefore, the school must provide an interpreter for Amy.
The United States Court of Appeals affirmed this decision, and Amy received the interpreter. Later on, the Supreme Court would reverse this decision. This case had a significant impact on special education because it required schools to provide FAPE, but it did not establish a clear definition of what that would entail. Later on, this case was related to 2004 revisions to IDEA, which established a standard for quality of education students with special education services had to receive. The schools had to be held accountable for upholding these standards and making sure that students received educational benefit. In conclusion, that's how the Hudson versus Rowley case impacted special education.